This week on Cartoon Dumpster Dive, we cover the cartoon The League of Super Evil. Joel,
Yes, Andrew.
how do you feel about evil?
We talking about Dr. Evil?
Just evil in general as a concept. Are you a fan?
No.
Okay, good. That's
Are
good.
you?
That's a good answer. No, I mean,
I love
maybe
evil.
a little bit. Yeah, just
This is the beginning of our villain arc. Yes,
Oh.
evil.
evil. What would be podcasting evil? Is it just misinformation?
Fit and fresh, maybe?
No, they're too incompetent. I guess super alt-right podcasting is evil.
Depends who you ask. Some people would think like the alt left is evil. Some would think alt right is
That's
evil.
true. Well,
So, is evil like beauty was in the eye of the beholder?
I believe so. I feel like some things are like across the board. No,
Okay,
well,
okay, I
I
got
feel
it.
like there's a few things that are across the board evil. Nazis are evil.
Okay, there you go. A podcast about how to be Nazis.
Just a how-to.
That would be, to me, that would be the evil podcast on like tutorials on how to
where
do
to go.
how to do evil, how to sexually assault people.
Jesus. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Those would be evil podcasts.
Hi, I'm Raping Randy, and this is my
Oh God.
episode 1.
Episode 1 out of 30.
This he has he accidentally gets a HelloFresh sponsorship. Really good to make a meal after many victims. Okay, I'm getting off of this.
After I had a night of just, having my way with women, I love nothing better than coming home and making a HelloFresh meal.
Yeah. Their
God.
chicken parmesan is to die for. Okay, all right. This is the worst intro I think we've ever done.
Evil.
Let's review that theme song.
Let's hit it.
League of Super Evil, Go Talk, Dr. Frost, Red Menace, League of Super Evil.
I like it.
Love it. I do too.
Short and
I
sweet.
give it about a 7.
I was going to give it a 6. It's short and sweet.
Yeah.
Gets you.
Short, sweet, to the point.
Yep.
It gets you. It reminds me of like a more bombastic version of the Super Friends intro.
Yeah. I could see that. But it's, hey, look, I'm very impressed. Because, Andrew, you watched this show, right?
Yeah, I watched it when it came out.
I had no idea what the show was.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with the animation style in this.
Yeah, it's very cell shaded. It reminds me a lot of Wind Waker,
Oh, yeah.
and it's just like, yeah, I really appreciate what this show tried to do.
Yep.
And I don't know, there's not a lot of them, and only got one season,
Yeah.
but
Oh, it actually
it's
got-
just like,
It got 3 seasons.
okay,
Or what? I mean, really, it's 52 episodes, but
I got you.
100.
Yeah, because they're split up.
Yeah, 104 segments. But they say it's 3 seasons, which, let's be honest, it could have been probably condensed into 2 seasons
yeah.
at best.
But how did this show get made?
So, Andrew, League of Super Evil, also known
Or
as
Lose. So funny.
It's a Canadian comedy television series. It was co-created by Philip Ivesic, Val, Davia LeBlanc, and Peter Rick.
Okay,
It
cool.
was inspired by a comedy sketch that was titled Once War Heroes by Ryan Harper Brown.
Okay,
Dude.
cool.
I tried to find this comedy sketch.
Nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found. Everything that, I even found a subreddit for the League of Superheroes. And according to the subreddit, this comedy sketch is lost media at this point.
Okay. A League of Super Evil, by the way. I feel like you're going to say superheroes a lot.
I'm just going to call it Lose. That way.
There you go. Yeah.
That way I can't lose, Andrew.
Bada bing, bada boom.
But yeah, it originally, like we said, ran for 3 seasons. It aired in March of 2009, wrapped up in August of 2012. Aired over there in, Canada on YTV.
Okay.
But that's really about it, Andrew. There's not too much around this. Mainly, I think it's mainly because whatever comedy sketch this was based off of,
Yeah.
no,
It's just lost the time.
it's just lost to time.
For us, it was on, I remember watching it on Cartoon Network,
What-
but it says here that it's internationally Cartoon Network, Disney XD, and Nickelodeon. So this thing was all over the place.
Yeah, they did a good job of spreading it out. It was actually produced by the company Nerd Corps Entertainment.
Okay.
Yeah, they did do some changes as this show was being developed. Most of it was just around, character creation. Voltor was originally supposed to be called the Great Voltor. His costume was supposed to be green and yellow instead of the red. Dr. Frog was supposed to have a steel jaw. Kind of
Okay.
reminds me of what Baron Underbite.
Oh, Baron von Underbite
Okay.
from the Venture Brothers.
Yes. Red Menace was meant to be a former Soviet supervillain, but I think they kind
Okay.
of backtracked on that a little bit.
Oh, Nerdcore Entertainment also did Monster High.
Ooh.
That's so it's the Bratz girls, but they're just monsters. That's all that is.
Terrible show.
Well, I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I never watched it.
I never watched it, but I see the dolls at Target. I'm like, why?
Because goths need body dysmorphia images too.
It's basically the
They
goth
can't get that
version
with
of
a Barbie.
Bratz. You remember the Bratz
Yeah,
doll?
no, it's not basically.
It
is
is.
the goth version. It's the same company.
Oh boy. Hey, maybe that's why goth has become more mainstream now. I feel like gothic kids.
Oh yeah, it's way more in vogue kind of deal.
Maybe I'm just so old, but I remember being a goth when we was growing up. It was like you had 5 goth kids.
Oh yeah, it's not something that you wanted to
No.
be. If you were a goth, you wanted to be goth, but there wasn't it wasn't like a chic kind of deal.
No.
Like there wasn't so much fashion sense to it. And I feel like Hot Topic and generally I would say memes probably played a big part in that. You got your big titty goth girlfriend
Yeah.
as that's huge. That's like a get in
Yeah.
in the world of today.
Everybody would make fun of the goth women, but they wanted a goth chick.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
wanted a goth chick. But that's it for the creation, Andrew. Hit us with the voice actors.
All right. So this is one of my favorite types of shows where it's a very small cast, but
Yay.
everybody does like 20 people.
Oh, boy.
So we're not going to name them all. I'm just going to name enough.
Okay.
So we have Lee Talker as Dr. Frog, Glory Guy, Guy Steve, Jules, Kid, Miss Johnson, FFV, Seafoam Green, Miss Johnson, Sweat Trooper, 8-Ball, Angry Neighbor, Cable Guy, Chuckles, Citizen, Clerk Guy, Commissioner, and the list goes on.
I thought you was just going to name a few, Andrew. Holy crap.
Scott McNeil is Voltar, Nightshade, Rock Gothlington, Black Boy, Citizen, Crinoman, Guard, Destructor.
All right.
Colin Murdoch is Red Menace, Scolosis, Doom Driver, Gene, Justice Gene, Newscaster, Commander Chaos, Periwinkle, Evil Stevens, Von Pantaloon,
Oh, boy.
Tabitha St. Germain is Cougar, Goldenrod, Wow Woman, Babushka, Computer, Judge, Lightning Liz.
God. They're earning their paycheck on this one.
Bull Mankuma is General Sergeant, Citizen, Boat, Neighbor Man Number 1, Principal Sergeant, and Trooper. Pike.
Okay.
I fucking butchered that. It's Pike. I don't know. Force Fighter V Rose is her credit. Peter Kelmans is Mysterio Villano, FFV, Magenta, Force Fighter V. And finally, Ian James Corlett is Line Master.
Okay.
Only one credit.
Ooh.
For their other works, we have Lee Talker is Albert in Bling Bling Boy in Johnny Test.
Okay.
Scott McNeil is Logan in X-Men Evolution.
Nice.
Colin Murdoch is Ardal Hadrig in Stargate SG-1. He's also Omega Red in Hulk Versus.
Hey, there we go.
Tabitha St. Germain is Rarity Pony in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Fantastic.
Blue Man Kuma is Zootech representative in The Final Cut, starring Robin Williams.
Okay.
Asif Fike is a producer in Rated A for Awesome.
All right.
Peter Kelmus is the man in the yellow jacket in the TV series Beyond. Oh, he's also Perry in Glow for anybody who's into that Netflix series.
Ooh, cool.
And finally, Ian James Corlett is an apple in Sausage Party. He's also Cheetor in Beast Wars Transformers. So I love this show,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you why.
Hit me with it.
This show is one of those shows where it's goofy, but the world building is on fucking point.
Okay.
Because everything in the world seems to make, like, here, it's a lot like Venture Brothers. Heroes and villains exist, and they have businesses that cater to them both. Like,
right.
there's a villain bank that
Oh.
holds your ill-begotten goods. And there are superhero stores, there are villain stores, there are clubs where you can go,
Yeah.
hang out with other villains, stuff like that. There are services for villains and heroes to get henchmen.
Yeah.
And then you also have the military in the mix, and it's just like that level of fucking like world, especially for something as goofy as this, like that level of world building to me, I always find really impressive.
I love it in like a hero story where you do have that kind of world setting where it's almost like a job in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like these guys are like so if the big heroes and the supervillains are the rock stars of this world. Our guys in the League of Super Evil, they are the garage band. They're trying to make it
Okay.
in this world, and they want to be the most evil group ever, but like they just can't seem to like do big picture evil.
Yeah.
Of like we have Voltor. He's a short little red guy, and he's their self-proclaimed leader. He's not very smart, but he'll always like Dr. Frog will come up with a good idea, and then they'll do the joke of Voltar goes, "Oh, I have a good idea," and he just says the same thing. Dr. Frog, he is a mad scientist, and he's the inventor of the group. He is basically the shit end of the stick when it comes to most of the physical comedy. They put him through it.
Yeah.
He's getting tortured in this show.
I could tell.
Red Menace, who is probably my favorite designed character because he's called Red Menace because of his hair, because his entire super suit is green.
Yeah.
He is the muscle of the group. He's the more innocent one. He actually stops Voltar from stealing at one point when they disguise themselves as security guards, because they want a free toaster to start an account from the bank. So they pose as they get the jobs as security guards,
Okay.
and they are going to steal Voltar says we're going to borrow the minimum deposit to open an account.
Okay.
Even though they have access to all the money when they get to the bank, they only want $5. They're going to give it back to the bank, and then they'll get the free toaster.
Ooh, smart plan, guys. Very smart.
But oh man, all their plans are so trivial. And then of course we have Doomageddon, who is a dimensional doom hound. He's mainly there to just not be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like from the clips that I saw, it seems like Doomageddon is always just maybe like attacking them.
Oh, he attacks Dr. Frog about every episode.
Yep.
And then, of course, we have our last two members by a technicality, Henchbot number 17 and Henchbot number 32, who are constantly just falling apart. My favorite one is it's actually in the first episode, if I'm not mistaken. They are going to do a evil neighborhood barbecue. And basically they're going to throw an amazing barbecue and fight anyone.
Oh no.
The only problem is nobody in their neighborhood likes them.
Makes sense.
And other plot points happen, and the military, like the daughter of a general sergeant, she gets a super suit, and they're trying to they're trying to escape to the supermarket so they can get their stuff for the barbecue. And so she busts open the door, and the robots are just playing cards, and they look up, and you just see one of them make a sad robot noise because they're gonna get blown up.
Oh.
Yeah, it's basically they look up and it's like, oh.
They know what's coming.
I truly appreciate this show, but I'm glad it only got 52 episodes, and I'm glad that it kind of just stayed where it was.
Yeah.
And I feel like this one's one of those rare opportunities where it's nobody really knows what the hell you're talking about when you mention this show, but it's also super good and super fun, and oddly enough, really readily available on it's on 6 different streaming platforms. I don't know how they pulled that off.
It's easy to find.
Yeah, it's super easy to find. Much like our bonus episode this week, you can watch it for free with ads on several different streaming platforms. It was Amazon Prime, Tubi, Paramount Plus. They're everywhere. It's you can't not have them.
It's funny how shows like this shows that it's like no one remembers. You can find them everywhere, but the shows that people want to watch,
Oh yeah, yeah.
you can't find those.
Lost to the test of time or
Yep.
some grainy video on YouTube. I honestly really like their dynamic too. I think I very much appreciate that like Voltar is so narrow-minded on what he thinks evil is.
Yeah.
And like Dr. Frog actually has like big picture ego or evil plans, but he's so incompetent and like nobody listens to him that like he'll never get ahead.
Yeah.
And then like Red Menace should obviously just be a superhero. Like it's pretty funny how innocent he is when it comes to stuff, because it's like most of the time when they do an evil plan, he doesn't really want to do it. They got to like kind of convince him. They got to use wordplay to where it's like, well, we're not, like for instance, like when they rob the bank for the $5, Red Menace stops them. He goes, well, we were hired to protect this money, Voltar. He goes, well, no, we're not borrowing it. Plus, this is all stolen, and you can't steal something twice. And Red's like, I guess that's true. Meanwhile, a super thief is actually stealing everything, which the joke about her was pretty funny. She's basically a play on Catwoman.
Okay.
She's named Cougar.
Ooh.
And she's in disguise the entire time. And she's just like, hey there, boys. Sexy talking.
She's
And
a
they're like,
cougar.
oh my God. But then like when it reveals her face, she's like an old bag.
Oh no! Like
She's
every
sorry.
cougar that takes off their makeup.
That's right. Good thing no women listen to this show. Otherwise, we probably get some pushback on that.
Maybe
But we'll never.
we'll never know.
I also do like a lot of the villains' names. I think Scolossus, who is like the top supervillain in Metro Town, he has a great design and also such a cool name.
Yeah,
How hard of a name is Scolossus, you know?
they did a really good job with just. You can tell they just had fun when they was creating these.
Yeah,
characters.
this show, when they made this show, you could tell like it's fans of superheroes and it's fans of like the world of comics.
Yeah,
And it's like, I could almost describe this as like, if you like the Venture Brothers, you would like this show 100%.
Oh, yeah.
It's kid friendly Venture Brothers.
Yeah.
That's what this show is. Absolutely. It's animated awesomely. They do a lot of tricks with the CGI to where it's not like how old, like other CGI in the 2000s kind of looked.
Oh,
It
yeah.
like it looks fun. It's very animated and whimsical, and it doesn't have that weird sheen that everything else has. I think they really took cell shading to their advantage.
it still kind of holds up to this day for it being like completely CGI.
I absolutely
Yeah.
agree. I mean, it's not like one of the older cartoons that we've ever covered. I mean, 2009 wasn't like,
No,
well, it's 4 years away from being 20 years away, but still, I mean, this show, as far as the Americas are concerned, this show came and went, and it was like at a very odd time. I mean, I was very much in college when I watched this, but you know, what the hell else am I supposed to do between that and night classes, you know?
yeah, watch the Real Housewives or something.
Yeah.
Come on.
A lot of daytime television. So it's just like, yeah, I'm going to watch fucking cartoons because you know what? I'm barely 20 years old.
Yeah.
Like I'm like 19, I think, at this point.
Yeah, we're not gonna watch
19, 20.
We're not gonna watch reruns of Matlock.
Yeah.
No.
So it's like, it's either this or The Price is Right for the 50th time. And like, I don't have the flu. So The Price is Right just doesn't hit right. But
I was
yeah,
always that person
watching.
watching The Price is Right.
What was your game? Like, what was your favorite game?
I like the mountain climber game. I always thought that was
Yeah.
fun. I don't know. I just love all The Price is Right.
I like Plinko.
Plinko
I thought
was
that
fun.
Plinko is fun. I want to play Plinko. Like, you can gamble and play Plinko in some places.
We should
I think that
we
would
should
be
start
fun.
our own illegal gambling site here in South Carolina with Plinko.
We could, well, that we'd fit right in with this show. But Joel, I believe it's time to move to your new reoccurring segment. Reviews that are the League of Super Evil and reviews that are the winning institution of nincompoops.
Oh, okay.
Like win and lose.
yeah,
Right?
I got you. I'll give that to you. It was a good one. So, Andrew, this is sitting at a 6.4 out of 10.
Very valid.
Yep, 506 reviews.
Okay.
There was no 1-star review, but there was a 10-star reviewed titled The Best Animated TV Show of All Time. One simply cannot fathom the awesomeness of this masterpiece. League of Super Evil follows the adventures of an anti-hero group. The show has changed my life for the better, infinitely changing my views on race, sexism, and other issues in the world. I am honestly astounded that this show ended so early into its lifespan. The day I die, I would like to be surrounded by the creators of this show mourning the death of their biggest fan. Amazing.
I must have missed those episodes that talked about sexism and race.
I apparently this show just
It changed his life. He's
It
a better
real-
man. He was going to join that Nazi podcast before he
He was like, but this
before
show,
he watched the League of Superheroes. He was like, you know what? Maybe there is a point to this crazy thing called life.
he logged in one day and he was about to listen to one of those evil podcasts, but then saw
Yeah.
this show and clicked on that instead. But that's it
Yep.
for the reviews, Andrew.
Well, I believe that wraps up the League of Super Evil. You got any closing thoughts, Joel?
I mean, check it out. Animation is good. The humor in it is very kind of slapstick humor, but it's funny. So give it a shot.
I as far as I'm concerned, I can't recommend it enough.
I know.
Like you said, the animation is great. The world building is very fun. It's a funny show, and unlike most of the obscure cartoons, you can't not find a place that this is streaming. It seems like everyone's got the streaming rights to this show.
Throw a rock and
So
you'll
it's
find
just
it.
like, yeah, just like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
You'd be hard pressed to not find a streaming platform
yeah.
that doesn't have it. But yeah, definitely check it out. But yeah, I think that wraps it up. If you would like to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/cartoondd. There we have a $5 tier. It gets you bonus episodes, episodes with extended audio, pins and stickers mailed right to your door in a nice little Cartoon Dumpster Dive bag that you can't reuse, but you could put it somewhere. We have a X handle Cartoon DD. We are Cartoon Dumpster Dive on every other social media platform. If you'd like to send us an email, you can go to cartoondumpsterdive@gmail.com. We have a website for request, which is cartoondumpsterdive.com. And as always, we appreciate a 5-star review on the podcasting platform of your choice. So we don't League of Super Evil this podcast. Have a great rest of your week.
See ya. Hey, that was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it wasn't the best, but I feel like I got the feel.
You did.
This has been a Lug Hole podcast.